It's me, Renee. I'm back. I'm looking a bit not impressed. Why? Because this is I'm not impressed with the world today. With you? Which is like what? Okay, so this is kind of me wishing that, looking forward to next year, and kind of wishing that these kinds of things happen next year, i.e., that they don't happen right now. Why am I doing this video today? Well, it's I'm filming it beforehand, pre-filming it, but when this goes out, it's the 24th, and us Norwegians and Scandinavians, I think some other people, at least us Scandinavians, we're quirky, so we celebrate Christmas at the 24th, or I suppose the 25th, you have like good food, but for us, the big day is the 25th, 24th. And 24th, you open your presents, you have the very traditional things you have to see on TV. You have the big dinner. Yeah, I would say for me, like if I would choose, I would say that the if I was going to be sick during Christmas one day, I would be sick the 25th, not the 24th. The 24th is the big day. So yeah, it's the day when we open our presents. So that's this kind of me hoping that the world, publishing world, finds this, or people find this and think, that Renee, she's not that stupid, and take this as inspiration, or in other words, me making a wishing video. So yeah, I did find an old note from an early video like this, but I did find it yesterday, and now when I was gonna find it back, I couldn't find it because I still kind of agree with my past self, but I didn't find it, so yeah. This is gonna kind of be like, I'm gonna show you some books which kind of inspire me to, like, I want more of these. So first we have A Hope Divided. So what do you mean here? Well, this could be several things. It could be me wanting more, let's call historical books, romances, which I do. It could be me wanting more historical romances with spy aspects, with African American protagonists, which I also do. It could be me wanting more historical romances with POC or POC color people, which I do. What does all this mean? It kind of means that I just want more historical romances with spy, and historical books with POC people. Just in general, it doesn't really have to be romances, but yes, more books like this in different ways. Just give me more of this. Publishers, please, please. It's not like this series was not well sold. I mean, they recently got new covers, so people have been reading this. So please, give us more of this, please, please. And then we have The Epic Crush of Jeannie Lowe, which I read this year and loved so much. It is a YA book with Chinese retelling and Chinese mythology retelling. It also has reincarnation, which is also very fun. But this is kind of one of those saving the world stories, which I feel stish. Which I feel like usually when you have YA books, it's and mythology, it's usually, oh, that's a cute new guy in school. Why is he so weird looking, different looking? I'm descendant of this and this god. And I feel like, yeah, cool YA romances with god in inspiration, but I love the same aspects which you get in middle grade. You don't really get that in YA when you have mythology aspects to it, which I kind of want more in that regard. So please, more in this way, please. Apologize, people, please. Then we have Invisibility by Andrew Kramer and David Lyfan. Now, what do I mean by more of this? Well, again, I want more of everything, really. I want more of main characters that are invisible, because that superpower or that ability is just, I love it. It was just kind of, I suppose, of course, this book may wrote it, a certain way, but I feel like if you did it like in a way that we can turn it on and off, which the characters can't in this book. But like if you did different ways, it also still be cool. That would be. I feel like all the books about superpowers is people who can do magic or people who can read minds, but teleportation, invisibility, there are other cool superpowers that you can use out there. People, please, please. But I also think, honestly, I feel like this book could kind of use, couldn't use, but it could be fun to have a spin off of this book, like more in this universe, because right now it's just a standalone, it's just this one book. But also, if Dale Leviathan and Andrew Kramer decides to co-write something together again, that I feel like also could be very fun because I liked this whole book in general. So yeah, just give him more, please, more. And it's also kind of fun to have more standalone YA fantasy books. Most of them are YA fantasy books set in like that urban because this is set in New York City. I feel like we have standalones, but that's often high fantasy. So having urban books that are just standalones will also be quite fun. Then I'm gonna go towards something. No, it's not that different, but yeah. So Ruby Red, which this is my Norwegian version, but this is a version of Ruby Red, which is originally by a German author, Kirsten Gier. It is YA time travel. I would say it's young YA, but I would still call it YA. But it's both YA, it's time travel, it's humoristic, and also a love story. I'm not quite sure if I call this saving the world, but it's kind of saving the world tendencies. Maybe it's more like saving. Yeah, I would say maybe it's more like saving your town because some books is more like it's not the stakes aren't the world that's going under. It's more like this bad guy is going to take over this town or this area. This is kind of smaller stakes, but still stakes. And yeah, honestly, I mean, I love time travel. If, as you might know, if you've been there for a while, if you're not, hi, I love time travel. That's one of my big buzzwords. And yeah, getting more time travel in YA books would just be awesome. But also getting more time travel series because this is a time travel series. I feel like often otherwise you have the time travel standalones, but series where there's a whole thing to do around it. It's not just a love story set in the past, but it's there's other things going on also. I think that would also be fun to have more of this. Just please, more of these kind of stories. I need it in my life. I need it in my life. Just honestly, anything time travel, I'm here for it. Then we have a bit that's maybe not interesting for most of you guys, but so this Villir came out last year. It's a Norwegian fantasy book. And honestly, Norwegian books in general aren't that interesting. But sometimes we have authors who are just golden, who are just like, oh my god, you need to be. Where I have the creepy thoughts where I think, like, you know what? You should be cloned, or you should be like, put in a you should be made a robot out of because if you die then of course your beautiful mind will go away and we can't lose your beautiful mind and this is just an amazing book. I mean it's a first in a series so I know it's coming more but honestly just in general I would like more Norwegian fantasy. That would be so cool. I mean there's more now than there was 20 years ago, 30 years ago. I would say still majority of it is kind of fine. I would say this one and then another series, and that's kind of the ones that I kind of enjoy. But yeah, just more fantasy, Norwegian fantasy would just be awesome. I would just like that very much. And also, in the same sign note, maybe have more signings and author dealios around Norway. I feel like most of the cool bookish things are happening in Oslo, the capital, but the rest of Norway doesn't really get visits from authors or whatnot. It's like, what? I don't like that discrimination in that way. I don't like it. Then we have a wizard's guide to defensive baking. So what do you mean here, Renee? Well, in all the aspects. I want cozy fantasy all ages stories. I want fantasy where the weapon is quite different. I mean, here the weapon is a dough. The dough is weaponized. I just love that idea. So yeah, different weird weapons. I need more of that. And yeah, I mean, but also cool titles and yeah, just like more of this in general, please, please. But I suppose in a way, it's kind of like with this, what makes it so cool is just how unique it is, and then if you get more of it, it doesn't, it's not unique anymore. But like still, also like if you just expand your mind, think about all the weird things you could do. Please just don't do things that everyone else is doing, but try to be unique when you write fantasy. And I will love you forever for doing that. And then we have a time travel romance. This is time travel romance standalone. As I said earlier, give me time travel anything, I'll be here for it. This one, I would say maybe it's more bit focused more on the historical romance aspects to it than the time travel because it's very much like a person gets stuck in the past and then it's there for a while. And honestly, I love this book very much. And honestly though, I would want a spin off of this book by this author, but also more in this vein. Like romances set in the past by historical means, by time travel means, not just historical romances, but also queer ones. Very, very cool. And then again, time travel. The difference between this and this, they're both based around time travel and time travel systems and like societies and whatnot. This is a bit more humor in it. This has more jokes. This one doesn't have that many jokes, but there's still some here and there. But yeah, what should you take from this? Just give me more time travel books, please. Time travel. I need the time travel books, please, please, pretty please, publishers, please. Yep. And then again, we have a time travel book for adults. And I know that time travel books for adults exist, but I feel like also most of them are romance based. And the thing is, with these ones, yes, there's romance, but it's also like saving the world or saving some part of the world aspect to it as well. And this one, it is very much saving the world, which, yeah, I want more time travel where the time travel is the big deal, not a romance that happens to be time travel based. I want saving the world with time travel at its core, like this one. Maybe like this one, but with more humor, but still the same kind of thinking behind it, like time travel, but with focus on the time travel, not the romance that might happen there. So yeah, please, please. And I'm not finished. I have more wishing to do. Then I want more Latinx books, and this is kind of in general. I want more Latinx for YA, for teens, whatever. But also, I love that this one is very much based on all Latin America. So, and also in all of the books, they travel around both Spain, but also Latin America and Portugal. And I love that how it's so much traveling here and there, and uses all the different places. Love it so much. So yeah, more like this, please. Then we have a spy series, which, as I said earlier this year, I need more spy series in my life. I need more of it. I need all of the spy series. Why people aren't making more spy series, I don't know. I mean, people like spies in general. Everyone loves James Bond. You have the Ali Carter series, which was a big hit, and then not that much spy series afterwards. And it's like, why? I mean, spies is just a cool concept. You travel around the world kicking bad guys and getting secrets, and there's double crossing. And why would people not like spies? I don't know. People don't write more spy books. It's weird, people. It's weird. Please write more spy books. Please. Please do it. And yeah, I think that's kind of it. It for this video. It became a bit long, but yeah. If you agree with me with all of these points, please comment. If you have your own ideas that things you want to see in the publishing world in the future, please also talk about that. And I hope you have a nice Christmas. And also, this will probably be my last video for a little while. I'm gonna enjoy a break, and I'll be back. I want to say in January. I might be back at the last part of December, but yeah, we'll be back in a little while with some anticipated reads and whatnot. And I'll see you soon. Soonish. Bye.